How are you, my friend down under? You're like the third Aussie that has called into the show. Did you know that?
You're probably on a good time zone, time for us to call in. I mean, for me, it's just lunchtime, so it's probably a good time.
Oh, okay. Cool. 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 Well, it's so nice to
I know
have you.
the rest of Australia, they're still sort of going through their daylight savings.
Oh, really? Oh God. I didn't know you guys had that as well. What do
Not
you
every state gets it. Not every
No?
state.
What do you think of it?
No, I love daylight savings. I grew up in Melbourne, so daylight savings was in Melbourne. It was Melbourne gets dark and cold, especially over winter. Um, it's nice to get that extra bit of hour of sunlight. Sort of 9 o'clock ish, 8:39 before it starts to go
Hmm.
dark. Then I moved to Brisbane, which is sun and hot weather all year round, so to speak. But they don't have daylight savings, so up there it's dark at 7 o'clock at night, sort of thing. So 6:30 at night. So you don't get to really enjoy that heat. Now I'm in Darwin, and there is no daylight savings. It's just but it's hot all the time.
Huh.
So different again.
Oh yeah. Well, there are some people here in the States that like it too. I don't happen to be one of them. I don't know how familiar you are with our states, but Indiana for the longest time had its own time zone on Windows. We stayed same time all year round, and then I can't remember how long ago we decided to switch back over to daylight savings time, and I got to tell you, I hate it. I hate waking up when it's dark and in the wintertime and coming home when it's dark. It just sucks.
To me, I don't mind waking up in the morning when it's dark. You
Oh,
back end of the day.
you froze on that one.
How's that?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I don't mind actually waking up in the dark, but it just seems like in the wintertime it's dark on both sides. And when we didn't have daylight savings, it was a little easier. At least we had light either in the morning or in the evening. But I don't know what it is about daylight savings time. It's like right in that sweet spot. Must be our
A lot of
our latitude or something.
it could be that. A lot of the people complain about it fading the curtains and all the other stuff, and upsetting the cows with the milking times. But
Yeah, yeah, we've got that argument too.
it is what it is.
Yeah. So you guys are heading into fall, aren't you?
What's fall? Winter.
Oh, yeah, yeah. What do you only have two seasons that you
So here in Darwin, there's kind of is two seasons. There's the wet season and the dry season.
Oh.
And the dry season is hot, and the wet season is hot and rain.
That's not much of a choice.
No, so we're supposed to be in the middle of the wet season now. I'm not sure if you can see outside the window. We've got a little bit of clouds, but it's probably 30, 32 degrees, 33 Celsius at the moment, which I think is around your 90s.
Wow.
It's always hot here. Rest of Australia, yes, they start to get the season changes. Melbourne definitely gets the season changes.
Yeah.
The temperatures drop right down, but up here it just doesn't change.
Oh man. Oh, are you happy with it? You like that kind of weather, or just?
Oh, look, I enjoy it. I'm lucky enough I get to wear shorts to work every day, so I don't think I could handle wearing pants and long sleeve shirt. That would just
Oh,
drive me bonkers.
oh, much less a suit, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
God.
like if you stand still for long enough up here, you will sweat. It
Mm-hmm.
just it really the humidity just whacks you. So I don't mind the heat. I do like to have a bit of a break and try and sort of get back to Melbourne and Brizzy and that sort of stuff, just to have that change of weather.
Uh-huh.
But I don't mind it. Could be
How
worse.
how does that affect your drones? Does it at all with that kind of heat?
Well, the hottest I think I've managed to fly in is about 43 Celsius, and it was hot when it came back down. So
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I would have thought that would have had some
around
sort
in
of
it.
adverse effect on that battery.
Yeah, so I believe it's not good to fly. I mean, I sort of luckily up here it's around that 30, so I do get out and do a few flights and,
Hmm.
and that sort of stuff. But I haven't so far had much issues. But yeah, people say sort of it doesn't do good for your drone to fly in that heat.
Yeah. How long have you been flying?
I got a drone probably a year ago.
Yeah.
So I just happened to get someone that was selling it cheap. So I thought, well, why not pick it up? That was back when I was in Brisbane. I was like, I really don't know where I'm going to use this thing, but you know, I'll buy it and we'll just have some fun with it. And then we got shifted up here to Darwin and really been getting a lot of use out of it. There's a lot of great places to go flying and really see stuff. So been getting a fair whack of use of it.
Yeah, and I've seen your videos. Are you doing that professionally, or is it just for your own enjoyment and YouTube?
Nah, bit of fun,
Yeah.
and just the YouTube side of things more than anything. You know, we started the channel more so as a way to share videos with families and friends back in Brisbane and that, and it's kind of grown and developed into what it is now. You know, with adding the 360 camera, as you've seen, and all the other bits and pieces. So it's really evolving.
Oh, and exploding. Oh man, I had no idea so many people were into it until I started getting involved with like the Canadian drone hub. Good Lord, I never knew so many people were into it now. And of course,
it's
go ahead.
yeah, there's a lot of people into it, especially it looks like in the States and everywhere else. Australia, it's sort of, I guess, slowly catching up, but definitely big everywhere around the world. You can go anywhere, I guess, with a drone video.
Now, do you need a license down there?
I believe I haven't really looked into the license side of things, so I'll just say yes.
Just pull your wallet out. Say, yep, you need a license. Because here in the States, yeah, here in the States, I believe license is only if you're going to do it professionally, and that means do it for cash, and then you've got to have a license. But
and it's probably the same thing here, but yeah, I sort of haven't really looked to it.
Yeah, yep. That's something I want to get into, man. And you just got into it on a whim, you say?
What's that? Sorry.
You kind of got into it on a whim. Is that what you were saying? You just
the drones, yeah. Just happened to have someone that was selling it, and I thought, well, why not? You know, let's pick one up. And like I said, in Brisbane, I was like, I don't know really where I'm going to fly it here. You know, it's nothing really to see. We moved up here, and every road trip, you know, the back of our car. Actually, there's a video I've got which sort of shows us packing the back of the car, and that's probably is our car getting packed every day. There's a drone, there's a tripod, there's a gimbal, there's all sorts of stuff, and that plus soccer balls and lunch packs. But really enjoying it up here.
Yeah, it's a sickness, isn't it? Especially when you get a place that's actually photo ready.
Yeah. And like I just purchased the second drone so I've got the Phantom 3. I bought the Phantom 3, that was the one I had, but it was too big. It takes up a fair whack of the car. Bought a Mavic Air now because we're looking at going to Singapore in August. And I was like, really need to have something to sort of use and fly while we're over there. And I couldn't take the Phantoms, too big.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And someone up here was selling a Mavic. It was like, let's get it.
That's something that's always interested me as well. Have you tried to fly with them yet? No, on commercial airlines?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. I just wonder what kind of regulations that would be under, or if there'd be any difficult.
It'd probably have to come in the cabin at least. I don't know. I'll look into it a bit closer when it gets close. I mean,
yeah, I would have actually thought it would have had to go in the baggage compartment. That way, you don't have access to it, that sort of thing.
Yeah, possible. Like I said, I'm not really sure. I'll look into it as it gets closer.
Yeah, those rules can be so so out of whack.
And no doubt it'll change again in the next 2 to 3 months anyway, so there's no real point.
I know, right? Oh, jeez. Well, so do you have any plans for your channel? Are you going to do anything beyond just, have that wonderful footage up there?
Look, I like I said, it just started off as doing one thing, and it's grown into what it is now. I know the drone stuff seems to be really taking off. I might might look at concentrating a bit more with the drones and taking them further. I don't know. I really want to get into a little bit more of one of the criticisms I get with my videos is that we no real talking on it, that sort of stuff. So I want to try and sort of expand and sort of start to bring that sort of stuff into it more. I don't know. I'm just having fun with it. It's.
Oh, you froze. We'll wait.
Everything else.
Mm-hmm. Well,
it's
you've got a great speaking voice, and you're a little dark, but I imagine that you wouldn't hurt any cameras. That I think that would add a lot to your videos. I really do.
Yeah. Once again, I wouldn't mind getting some cameras. It's just that that outlay is it really worth it? That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We just got a really cheap green screen the other day, and the kids now want to start up their own channel and do gaming channels. So I don't know where that's going to go to next.
Be careful, my friend. It becomes an addiction very, very quickly, like drones.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but the kids even enjoy the videos. Like some of there's some bits and pieces of some special effects and that sort of stuff that we whack into the videos, and teaching the kids, what you see on the screen isn't really how it happened in, when it was getting made, kind of thing. And they're getting the hang of it as well. They're even coming up to me sometimes and saying, "Hey, I want to try this sort of thing." It's like, "Oh, yeah, okay, let's give it a whirl."
How old are they?
Sorry?
How old are they?
10 and 8.
10 and 8. Perfect age for them to start getting into that sort of thing. And learning about it too, right? It's like learning the tricks that you can't always trust your eye when there's editing involved. But what a great time to get involved in editing, right?
Yeah, and they've got a few friends which are sort of on channels as well, so they're really itching to get into it. It's just getting that time, though. Time.
There's never enough of it.
No.
Ah, well, what are you gonna do? It's we're all bound to the same rules, and no one gets out alive.
No, apparently not.
I
was a bit disappointed. Normally we've got a very nice backdrop with the harbour full, but someone's left the plug out, so it's it's a bit of low tide happened out there. So we've got a few boats laying over on their side and that sort of stuff. So I'm not too sure if you can see it too well, but we normally get a very good.
Yeah, I can see it. Oh, you are frozen. I think they're talking about in the main screen. Why is that a thing?
It could be my internet as well. The kids are home.
Oh, yeah. Bottlenecks will do that. Absolutely will do that.
The kids are home watching YouTube on the fridge, probably.
Oh, you've got one of the smart fridges?
Yeah, we got a smart fridge. But kids have worked out how to watch stuff, YouTube on it. So, but it's not a bad little view here. We got the harbour behind us. We can see the airport sort of just over the back there as well. So it's
no, it's nice. You've got greenery. I'm jealous.
Yeah, bit of water when the plug goes back into the harbour. The water fills up, which is nice. Darwin's probably about 2K sort of behind us here, the other way. So we're really close to everything.
Cool, very cool. No, I like the background there. I wish we had that weather right now. Of course, it's always greener on the other side.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Oh man, it's so fun talking to somebody on the other side of the world, real time. Can you imagine doing this about 20 years ago? Nearly impossible, except outside the phone.
Yeah, the cameras and the internet, and especially the live streaming stuff, has definitely changed a lot of things, the way things are done.
It really has. It really has. Of course, I couldn't be happier. It facilitates what I do. And
you'd be on the telephone calling show.
Yeah, I know, right? I'd be just another radio show and or television calling show. Have you seen some of those? There are some awful prank videos out there. But I haven't been without my trolls, so I feel their pain.
Yeah, I think the internet has changed the way a lot of things are done. That's for sure.
Yes, it sure has. It sure has. Not all for the good either. I'm sure you would agree.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how you'd ever really get on top of that sort of stuff. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, and from my perspective, I've always said it comes down to parenting. I mean, you've got to make sure as times change, you've got to help your kids adjust. If you're not doing your job. You're absolutely not doing
Yeah,
your job. And that
you
that
got you got to
unfortunately is too prevalent in all of our societies at the moment.
you got to really talk to them and engage and understand.
Yep. Yeah.
Make sure that there is nothing wrong because they have good ways of hiding things, and you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. And it all comes down to communication. Am I right?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. If you can communicate well and be open and free, then there's half your problem sorted. But a lot of families out there that probably don't.
Oh, and yeah, I'm sure they don't. I mean, you can just see their product. Then it becomes
Mm.
quite evident. I mean, there's no such tell than the result of somebody's efforts, right?
Yes.
You
Yes.
see poor results, the garbage in, garbage out, that sort of thing. Well, it sounds like you're doing well with your kids. I mean, getting involved with them like that, and they're interested in what you're doing and wanting to learn more about it. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. That's an opportunity you cannot pass up. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. You
Hmm.
can't. I'm lucky. Daughter does violin and just joined the local singing school up here, so she's getting into that sort of stuff. And son does karate and basketball and other bits and pieces. So giving them something to do helps. When they sit at home or sit anywhere really, just on the electronics, then there's something wrong with that.
Oh, definitely, definitely. What do they say about idle hands? Devil's
Yeah,
workshop. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Keep him busy. That's what I do with my boy. Absolutely, and he turned out okay. I couldn't be happier, really. I
Trouble
actually,
is though, when you keep them busy, you don't get spare time out of it as well.
that's true. That's true. But as long as you're doing something that you both enjoy, then it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're a relatively new friend, man. I'm so glad you came on tonight. I was hoping you would at one point. I'm not going to talk about your musical choices. You're killing
Let's
me.
say Bieber.
Absolutely killing me. That was a tough list to put together. Do you have a top 10?
Look, I like anything and everything, really. I don't have something that's, like, I mean, I joke and I say Bieber, but, he's got a few decent songs out where I don't mind, I don't mind his stuff, I don't mind, some anything and everything. As long as it's catchy and that sort of stuff, I don't have a problem.
I'm with you.
So there is some rubbish in the world that I just think, yeah, nah, but
Oh, I'm right with you, brother. I am right with you. But yeah, in fact, that's not even representative, that list that I gave out tonight. Not even representative of the entire spectrum of music that I listen to. Because hell, I find myself listening to a lot of classical music as well. I mean, I enjoy it all. Just and even dubstep. How weird is
oh yeah,
that? I'm gonna talk about
yeah.
the two sides of the coin, man. But I had to put something together. I wanted to. It's been something I wanted to do for a while. I just to categorize it or to solidify it if nothing else. But God, I could go on all day about how the kind of music I like. Sounds like you
Put,
could too.
putting together a top 10 list of music, you never get it.
Yeah.
You'd be at the top 100, top 1,000, and even getting back to the dubstep, like I do. Christmas lights synchronized to music, and the dubstep stuff is
Oh,
pretty popular with a lot of that sort of stuff. And it's like, yeah,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. That's awesome for Christmas lights.
yeah.
Oh,
I think Christmas music for animated Christmas lights probably doesn't do it justice. But when you start doing something that's catchy and poppy and lights flashing and all that sort of stuff, then you go, yeah,
mhm.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. I can see that. So is yours computer controlled and everything? I mean, just the whole ball of wax? Oh man, that's so cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
So we
you locked up again.
in 17 we
Can you say that again? You locked up
did
again.
so we started doing it back in 2017.
Hmm.
Did that back on the house in Brisbane. Um, unfortunately was going to do it again last year, but moved up here, so we had to park it for a couple of years. We're only up here for a couple of years with work, and then hopefully I'll get back into it again in next year. But I really enjoyed it. Like, I started off, I was just going to do a few little lights and sort of that sort of stuff, and get my head around it all. And what went from doing some little things went into something pretty big.
Isn't that always the way it happens?
Yeah. So I do have a Christmas lights channel, which is totally separate to the main one. So we've got a few videos. I've even got a walkthrough video, which I think it's been watched something like 700 times. So I put it down to 700 people needing to put their kids to sleep.
That would depend on what kind of music you used. But I was gonna...
no real music in that. It was just me babbling on for 17 minutes. So I think that's what put the kid to sleep.
Yeah, I hope I don't hear that in one of my the description or the comments section. Jim, I'll listen to you every night. Put the kids to sleep.
My watch retention starts like this, up high, and then it just goes.
Oh, it should still count even if their eyes are closed. We're not that far yet.
I know.
Oh man, you're gonna have to email me if you don't want to let the cat out of the bag on your Christmas video channel.
I think it's called In the Dark Lights, and I called it that because it was either going to be one of two things. I was either going to turn the lights on and the whole neighborhood would be dark, or the lights would come on when it is dark.
Yeah, put that in the chat when we get done, if you would, because I'd like to check that out. I love those things, man. I'm having run lights for bands, all DMX and I so dig that. And if I didn't have the bad back I do now, I would still be doing Christmas lights all because this is a neighborhood that we had we'd have limos driving through here during Christmas time to look at all the lights. The neighborhood was so into it at one time. Then we got old.
Yeah.
Everybody...
and there's a lot of big displays out. A lot of them do use DMX with the moving spotlights and all that sort of stuff. So I haven't got into that sort of stuff. I'm worried about having an airplane come land on my driveway if I start doing that stuff on.
I think if you're into this big, I think you'd find DMX a lot easier than it sounds. I really do.
Yeah.
It's what most of the stage lights that you go see bands play. It's what they're using to control their lights, and you can either control it virtually on a PC, or you can have a hard slider like a mixer where you have different scenes and whatnot, and even set it up to music using DMX to music converters. It's really cool stuff. In fact, you haven't been around long enough, but I built a set of clear drums because I didn't want to spend the money for the Vista lights. And I wired them up with the 50/50 LEDs, the self-adhesive waterproof LEDs. And I used to just have it remote controlled, but I bought all the equipment to make it sound activated as well. And it's not hard to hook up. But I think you'd like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that do use it. I think it's just one of those things that once I get around to doing it, there's a lot of people that I can just say, hey, how do you get it to work? And it would be easy to use and sequence up and that sort of stuff. So I just haven't got around to it yet.
Well, if you ever do, check out Freestyler. It's it's an open source DMX controller that you use on your PC, and then you just have a converter that turns it into the DMX signal that's USB compatible, and you're off to the races, man. You're literally off to the races at that point. So
yeah.
Well, cool. I'm going to check out that channel later on.
I'll drop it in.
Oh, cool, absolutely cool. All right. Well, hey, I think it's time for a deep dive. What do you think?
Why not?
Let's do this.
Deep dive.
All right. The way this works, Brad, and in case you didn't know, or you folks listening at home, I have 5 questions chosen especially for Brad. I'm going to ask them, answer them as fast as you can. Remember, there are no wrong answers. And let's just get started.
Question 1.
Okay, Brad. What is your favorite word?
No.
Oh, nice. Nice. I would have
Two
said
kids,
yes.
remember?
Exactly. Exactly. Well played, sir. And now, question 2.
Question 2.
What is your least favorite word?
Yes.
Oh, I got to give you that one too. Oh, that's one of those. Can I, Dad? Can I, Dad?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope. Got to go to
30 seconds later.
Got to go to my favorite word. All right. Question 3.
Question 3.
Awfully loud tonight, isn't it?
Sounds good on Zoom.
Yeah, yeah. So what cheers you up?
Going to the gym.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say your kids. Ooh, see what I did there? No, but the gym's good. Anything to put a smile on your face. Are you married, Brad?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was going to say your wife actually, and that, but I didn't want to step in where I shouldn't.
She's never home.
Oh, well, I don't know if that's a plus or minus. We're going to count that as a plus. All right, now, let's move on.
Question 4.
What is your favorite book of all time?
Favorite book?
It could be an ebook, could be a hard copy, soft.
Look, I didn't read a lot, and what I did read was sport books.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing a couple of the Michael Jordan books.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that author, but I'm going to give it to you. Well done.
Michael, you don't know Michael Jordan?
Oh, Michael Jordan. I didn't hear it as Michael Jordan. In fact,
sorry.
I thought it was something I couldn't pronounce, so I was glossing over it. I'm a Yank, man. Remember, I'm a Yank. Don't ever forget that when you're on the show.
Has to be MJ.
Yes. Very good, though. Very good. All right, and the final
question.
If you were a box of cereal, which box of cereal would you be and why?
Jeepers. I had that cereal for years. Let's go Wheat Bix.
I hardly ever. You're going to say what?
Wheat Bix.
Wheat Pix. And why Wheat Pix?
Just something I used to eat when I was a kid, I guess. So.
Well, that was cute, but we were looking for Quisp. Did you guys have Quisp down there?
What's that?
Are you serious? Did you not have Quisp down there? Oh man, I should have recognized the culture barrier there, at least from our product standpoint.
Yeah, we get well protected over here with things, that's for sure.
Well, I'm going to give us both an applause on that one. I think we did a great job, even with the communication barrier.
We'll have you trained up in no time.
Oh, I'm working on it, man. More and more you guys keep coming on here. And let's see, I misspoke. It's actually been 4. It's been you and Snowy, Manic Magic. We've had, what is it, Gold Tasmanian Prospect? I can't remember. It's such a long name. David is his name. So there, and then you, there's just been a ton of you. You guys are big in the YouTube realm, aren't you?
Well, like I said, you're on at that right time for us. You know, it looks like it's 11 o'clock where you are, whereas here it's midday, 1 o'clock. So it's just ideal time.
Yeah, cool. Well, I guess I couldn't have planned that better, could I?
Yeah.
You guys
and look, when I'm listening.
Oh, go ahead.
When I'm listening to you, I'm at work, so it helps to pass the time away.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome, dude. Well, I can't thank you enough for one being on the show, 2 listening to me on a regular basis. That's cool. That is cool. That just means I have to up my game.
Yeah, you'll get there.
It's a work in progress, man. I am a total work in progress here. Even at double nickels.
I tell you what, that was good looking at your setup the other day. Most people I think is just a camera and a microphone, but you've got a very impressive looking setup there.
Well, thanks. I've worked very hard on it. I'm sick in the head that way, you know. I want I want everything as organized as it possibly can be, especially when there's a task at hand, and I take it to extremes. But I appreciate that. I do what I can, and it's always improving. In fact, anything I've always told myself, anything I make from this channel at all will go back into equipment and production value. Just if not
Yeah.
for nothing else, you know, for the fans. So, well, again,
No, it's good.
thanks so much for being on, man. I hope you stay a
Yeah,
fan
no
of the
worries.
show. I had a lot of fun,
Yeah, I will.
and I learned a
No
lot.
dramas.
That's what
Well,
I hope you
I'll
did too.
Yeah, I did. I learned whatever that cereal was. Quisp or
Quisp. Go
Quisp.
look it up sometime on the internet. You'll be
Yeah.
you'll be less than impressed.
Sugar level through the roof.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, it's probably why I still bounce off the walls. All right, man. Well, you have a great rest of your afternoon. We're gonna head to bed here soon. But
No dramas. Thanks for having us.
yeah, thanks so much, dude. Oh, we'll get back on the show, all right?
Yeah, next time I've got a day off, I'll let you know in advance. I'll come back on again.
Fantastic.
I'll try and put some water back into the harbour.
Oh yeah, please do. If you need me to mail you a bucket, I will. Oh, you've locked up. Did you hear that last
Sorry,
part?
what was? No, I didn't.
Oh, he said, "Well, if you need a bucket, just let me know. Send me your address, and I'll send you one."
Yeah, send about a couple of mil.
Yeah, I will. All right, Brad. Thanks so much,
All right,
man.
mate.
You guys have a good day, and we'll see you later.
See you.
Did you enjoy this video? Well, you made it to the end, so I'm going to assume that you did. If you want to see where we take this, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell right now. That way you won't miss out on future videos and guests. Also, make sure you comment, like, and share to help build this unique community. Thanks again for watching, and remember, always treat others as you want to be treated. See you live.